Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is August 2nd, 2011. Let's get right into the charts here. There's a lot to cover. We're going to begin with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that they are trading down this morning about 12 points. Let me just get that chart up right here. And we are moving a little bit lower on the futures. The dollar is starting to soar. Markets, again, are under big-time pressure. Now, when the market is down regarding the S&P or the NASDAQ futures, usually means that the dollar is stronger. Take a look at the U.S. dollar index today, really gaining again and up another 44 cents. So a very, very strong move for the U.S. dollar. Dollar moves up, the markets deflate and move lower. That is pretty much how it goes these days. Now, another interesting thing to look at is gold. GLD is having a very, very good move this morning. Let me just get rid of these lines here, clear this chart up. But you can see the big surge in gold, and this is all on the back of the European crisis. Right now you have Spanish, Italian, even French debt all starting to spike higher. So you could add France to that mix. It really looks like Germany is the only real solvent nation in the whole Eurozone. And we're watching the European Union come under some more pressure again this morning. Again, this should linger for a while. I don't see any resolution in Europe for a while. And then you have the U.S. debt crisis, which is not being well received by the market at all. Yesterday, if you look here at the charts, we had a big move higher in the morning, only to roll over in the afternoon. You could see that big sell-off. Here we rallied up and we just sold off throughout the day. Rallied up towards the end of the day, came back down, and this morning we are at new lows on the session and new lows on the E-mini futures. So again, this market's under a lot of pressure. Futures are down about 12 points. They're only down about 7 points a little while ago. You can see this is all one big drop right here as the U.S. dollar index exploded higher. But remember, there's problems now, and this is a live dollar chart right here. There's a lot of problems now in Europe. I mean, they're starting to escalate. Italian debt, Spanish debt, French debt, it's all starting to spike, and the spiral is just happening in a downward motion for those countries. So the dollar is gaining, gold is gaining, and we just have to let this market play itself out right now. And there's a lot of downward pressure as far as I could see, at least this morning. Now, a couple of things to go over. We talked about gold, GLD. GLD is surging. Yesterday, it closed at 157.72. Today, you're trading at 159.50. Most likely going to get up to that 160 level shortly. Let's take a look at silver. Silver is also catching a big bid, back up to the $39 level, starting to make a little bit of a move above that, but right around that 39 level. And then you have the USO, which is moving lower today. And here's a chart of oil. Let me just get rid of this and clear this up. And you can see the USO closed at 37.20. Today trading at 36.69. Spot crude is down about, I believe, about 70 cents at the moment. Just under $95 a barrel. Make that around $94 a barrel. So again, spot crude is lower. And you do have gold and silver and the U.S. dollar index higher. Now, there's going to be some economic news coming out, I believe, at 8:30. So that's only a couple minutes from now. You'll have personal income for the month of June. And we'll see how that plays out. There are a couple stocks that you got to watch for here. Okay, one is Archer Daniels. I did see this was down earlier sharply. It has rebounded a little bit, so we'll keep our eye on that one. I'm not seeing anything terrible or great on the stock. There looks to be a fair amount of support around that $28 level, maybe 28 and a quarter, if it does get back down there. So watch, there's going to be a fair amount of support in this area, maybe just a little bit lower. Also watch Baidu today. Last night the Shanghai index did come under some pretty good selling pressure. You're seeing Baidu trading down a little bit ahead of the open. Also watch Sina. This one is trading down a little bit ahead of the open. Let me take a look at Sohu, which was just annihilated yesterday. Yeah, it's getting a little bit of a bid today. Sohu is getting a little bit of a bid, but it was crushed yesterday. If you take a look at yesterday's chart, you can see this thing was just annihilated after reporting earnings. So watch the Chinese ADRs. You may want to watch the FXI as well. Chinese ADRs could come under pressure this morning as the Shanghai index was down about 1% last night. Believe it or not, it was down almost 2% at one point, and it did rally back. So the Shanghai did have, quite a little stage, a little bit of a comeback. But just like our markets did yesterday as well, before the close, and today we're making new lows. But again, watch the Shanghai index. This is a leading index, and I believe it's the most important index in Asia. More important than the Nikkei, more important than the Hang Seng, which is Hong Kong, more important than India, which is the Sensex. Got to watch the Shanghai index because it has been leading the markets for the past 5-6 years. If it wasn't leading the markets, I wouldn't even pay attention to it. But it has led the U.S. markets. So we got to watch that very, very closely each and every day. Okay? Here's another stock that's getting hit today. PCS, Metro PCS, another cell phone provider, trading down around this $13 level. I think PCS probably has a fair amount of support right where it is now, and then after this it's going to be $12. So keep an eye out for that. If this level fails to hold, it really $12, maybe 12 and a quarter. That's going to be in the cards there. So don't be surprised if this does go down further. You look at $12 on this stock. Okay, I'm not seeing a whole lot out there as far as earnings and things of that nature. Personal spending has just been released. Okay, and you can see the futures are already down on the number, so they may trade up a little bit. But you got personal income up 1% in June, up 0.1% in June versus 0.2% in May. So again, personal income has declined, has shrunk, and your futures are not. They've already built in that little decline. So we'll see. Either way, these markets are under pressure. There will be some support a little bit lower from here, but we'll see how it goes, and I don't want to promise anything today. Again, get ready for another volatile trading session. I think that's what we're going to be in for, and there are probably some good money-making opportunities on the scalping side. With that said, everybody have a great trading day, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Those of you in the chat room, I'll see you on the chat at 9:30. Take care, everybody.